There is a tribe hidden among the sandstone cliffs of Mali, a people whose stories stretch far beyond time, a people who mapped the stars before telescopes, who speak of Sirius long before astronomers did, and who claim to have descended from beings beyond the sky. This is the story of the Dogon. In the arid expanse of the Bandiagara escarpment, in what is now southeastern Mali, dwell the Dogon, an ethnic group numbering less than 1 million, yet whose cultural legacy reverberates across time and space. Their arrival in this region dates back over 1,000 years. Oral traditions suggest that they fled persecution, possibly from Muslim invaders during the spread of Islam in West Africa. But some legends whisper of an even older journey from the east, perhaps Egypt or Nubia, where their ancestors carried secret knowledge, hidden truths, and sacred cosmology. They sought refuge in the cliffs, not just for protection, but for proximity to the divine. They are carved into stone and memory. They build villages on vertical cliffs, defying gravity and time. But their story does not begin here. Some Dogon elders speak of Nommo, primordial beings, amphibious and celestial, who descended from the heavens bringing order, agriculture, language, and the mysteries of the universe. In 1931, 2 French anthropologists, Marcel Griol and Germain Dieterlen, visited the Dogon to study their traditions. What they uncovered baffled the world. The Dogon spoke of a dwarf star, invisible to the naked eye, Sirius B, the companion to the bright Sirius star. They knew it was infinitely dense, white in color, and orbited Sirius every 50 years. How? Western astronomers confirmed these facts in the 20th century. But the Dogon had preserved them for centuries orally. Coincidence? Lucky guess? Or knowledge from another world? Some believe the Dogon received this information from the Nommo, extraterrestrial beings who came from Sirius, lived among humans, and left their mark encoded in myth. Skeptics argue it was learned from early European contact. But here's the problem. The Dogon had no telescopes, no written science, no instruments, yet they knew what they should not have known. In Dogon cosmology, the universe began with Amma, the supreme creator god. Amma created the first living beings, the Nommo. And here is where myth, religion, and the unexplainable blend. The Nommo were amphibious, fish-like, and descended in a vessel, often described in oral tradition like a shining ark or spinning basket that landed with a great wind and thunderous roar. It is said they brought order to chaos, teaching humans how to live in harmony with the cosmos. They founded sacred knowledge, weaving together the cycles of nature with the heavens above. In some interpretations, there were 8 Nommo. One rebelled, disrupting the cosmic balance. To restore harmony, the others sacrificed one of their own, scattering its body parts across the earth, each part becoming a symbol of knowledge. Do you hear the echoes? The story of a fallen being punished, resurrected, cosmic balance restored. It mirrors global mythologies. But the Dogon version came from oral tradition, passed down for thousands of years. Dogon culture is rich in symbolism. Their life is a living language, expressed in masks, dances, and sacred architecture. One of the most powerful rituals is the Sigui ceremony, held once every 60 years. It commemorates the first ancestor who died and is believed to spiritually rejuvenate the entire Dogon society. For this ritual, they craft enormous Kanaga masks, carved wood adorned with geometric symbols. Each movement of the dancers, each rhythm of the drum, is encoded with messages to the ancestors. Death for the Dogon is not an end. It is a transformation, a return to the cosmic order, to be reborn through the line of ancestry. The Dogon cliffs are a masterpiece of human ingenuity. They carved granaries into stone for storage, built homes on vertical ledges, and raised totemic altars beside their doors. Every structure has spiritual meaning. The granaries represent fertility. The Togu Na, a low-ceilinged men's house, serves as a council chamber where decisions are made slowly, with no one able to stand and raise their voice. Harmony is embedded in design. The cliff walls themselves hold ancient Telem burial sites, a mysterious people who inhabited the region before the Dogon. To this day, some Dogon believe the spirits of the Telem still reside in the rocks, watching. The Dogon speak several dialects, Toroso, Donoso, and Tomoso, languages rich in metaphor and tone. But beyond spoken word, the Dogon use symbolic writing called telepathic speech by some elders, comprising geometric patterns, body postures, and spatial expressions. Their knowledge is encoded in riddles, passed only through initiation. To understand it, one must live it, observe the stars, dance the ritual, feel the wind at the edge of the escarpment. Knowledge is not given, it is earned. The Dogon live in sync with nature. Their agricultural calendar is based on celestial cycles, particularly the movement of Sirius and the moon. They cultivate millet, sorghum, onions, and tobacco using traditional methods. The land may be dry, but their knowledge of the seasons, wind, and soil sustains them. And they do not waste. Everything is used. Everything has purpose. Even their tools and clothing reflect symbolic geometry, mirroring the structure of the universe as they understand it. The 20th century brought missionaries, colonialists, and anthropologists to Dogon lands. Some came to understand. Others came to suppress. Dogon sacred sites were desecrated. Children were pulled from their customs into foreign systems. Tourism diluted sacred ceremonies into performances for coin. But still the Dogon resist. They protect their secrets. They whisper their stories. And though younger generations now live between two worlds, ancient and modern, many still return for the Sigui to remember who they are. In a world racing toward technology, the Dogon stand as a reminder that knowledge does not always come from machines. That truth can live in story, and that the cosmos, vast, cold, mysterious, has always whispered to those willing to listen. Are the Dogon simply gifted myth makers? Or did they inherit memories not of this earth? Were the Nommo real? Or do they represent something deeper? A bridge between human and divine? We may never know. But this much is certain. The Dogon are not primitive. They are custodians of a knowledge we barely comprehend. And in the dry winds of Mali, among the cliffs and stars, their wisdom lives on. When the world forgets where it came from, the Dogon remember